Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and this is a quick special showcase video of the entire range currently of the new Netflix War for Cybertron series of figures. I'm doing this quickly because I've been asked by a lot of my viewers on my channel, so if this is for you, hope you enjoy it. And for anybody who hasn't subscribed yet, if you'd like to subscribe now and submit your request as well, hopefully I can showcase a figure for you guys as well. Anyway, back to what's in front of us. As I've just said, this is the Netflix War for Cybertron series of figures. Now these molds have already been used under the Generations line literally not very long ago at all. These were released under the Siege line. So as I say, the molds aren't any different, they've just got different paint apps and different deco. So what we've got in front of us, we've got 5 deluxe figures, 2 Voyager figures and a leader class figure. And one of the cool things you'll notice on the Autobot step at the bottom, that there's a Teletran 1 diorama there, and I'll go into a bit of detail in that in a second. So as I say, we're presuming that this is wave 1 and there must be a few to be released afterwards because the Teletran 1 isn't finished yet. So we'll start, I've split the two, obviously you can tell we've got Decepticons at the top and we've got Autobots on the bottom, so I've split them up already. So if we start over here on the Decepticon shelf, on the left hand side we've got Scrapface, and he's obviously very clearly a reflector redeco, but I really like this guy. I think the paint apps on him are fantastic. I've got my torch on unfortunately, so you can't see the exact detail in his face, but the detail on him is fantastic. Really like him. Moving over to Hot Link, and yes, this is Hot Link, it's not Skywarp. He was one of the original, very original characters. I mean, he was in the first episode. Granted, he was only in it for a second or two, and to prove that, or to recap your memories, there's a picture of him there in the very first episode of the Transformers cartoon. So as I say, he's Hot Link, he is not Skywarp, but he does have 2, as I say, combat bots with him, and they are Heatstroke and Heartburn. Heatstroke is the one with the red eyes and Heartburn is the one with the goldy yellow eyes. So obviously that's just a redeco of one of the Seeker jets that we've already got so many of, but as I say, new character, and he does look really good to be fair. Megatron, obviously leader figure, silver shiny paintwork on this rather than the dull grey. Looks really good. Again, war-torn, huge sword. He's got 2 little combat bots as well, the first being Pinpointer and Lionizer, so they come with it. So both Voyager class figures have 2 little combat bots with them as well. That's how they're justifying the price of why the Voyagers are so much more expensive, obviously. And then we've got Decepticon Mirage, which is very interesting. I'd love to see how they've managed to get that concept. Obviously we've got to wait for the cartoons to see how they've got that, but again, just the Mirage, as I say, mould and painted Decepticon colours. So there they are, the Decepticons. We're going to come down to the Autobot shelf, and we've got Chromia on the left, Hound next to him. Chromia's got a lot of battle damage on her, to be fair, all round her chest there, so that's some nice paint apps there. Hound, again, he's a lot more war-torn, a bit darker, got a bit rough around the edges of the shoulders as well, nowhere near as bright and as shiny as he was in his Siege release. I think Sideswipe looks the most damaged of the deluxe figures. Obviously, as you'll see in a minute, Ultra Magnus, he's heavily battle worn, but there's Sideswipe with his different paint apps. Teletran 1, we'll have a quick look in the background. This is really good. I do really like it. I know a couple of people are moaning that it is just made out of flimsy card, but there's no reason to say why you can't laminate it, or just as I've done, I've rested it up against something, so when I use it for display, it'll be resting up against a wall, so it should look all right. So the final figure then, as I say, we've already had a quick look at him, so I'm not going to dwell too long on him, is the new leader class Ultra Magnus. He's got far more weaponry than he did have with his original Siege release, and of course there's his combat bot Rung as well. And there we go, that's the secrets, that's the spoilers that were inside, that's the 3 Energon cubes. Hopefully with some further releases we will see more of them, because it'd be nice to build up quite a pile of them. But as I say, we're believing this is wave 1, it's got to be wave 1 because they've obviously got to complete Teletran 1, and let's be honest, if they can re-release the figures using the same molds, which they do so many times, they're going to do it. So there you go, as requested, and as I've already stated, if there's any figures you want me to do a quick showcase on, I'll be pleased to do so. Take care and happy hunting finding these.